Hi guys, it's the Walk-In 00 Dead here with Zoro Fanboy 124.
How's it going, guys?
And today we're going to be doing the episode 1 review of season 3 of The Walking Dead.
Hell yeah.
Yes, tremendous.
Yes. So fucking good, man. Oh,
brutal episode. Brutal
it was
episode.
bloody. Just that one scene in particular, not to get too much off topic, where Rick stabbed that one guy in the face, the one that had the mask on. He took off.
Oh no, I'm going to get into that. I've got to say to you, right, is that we're going to do like a zombie kill of the episode, sort of like the best zombie kill of the episode.
Okay.
So I think that'd be a really cool thing to talk about.
All right, that's good. Sorry about jumping the gun, but yeah, all right.
Yeah, cool. So I'll start off what happens in the episode if you want.
Sounds good.
Yeah, cool. So the first episode called Seed, I know you said Speed, Seed. It basically starts off with the group like raiding a house for like supplies. And the first thing I've got to notice, which Zoro told me as well, is that Carl is a total badass nowadays with that handgun with a giant like silencer just wasting zombies.
Considering the fact that he's such a bitch in the second season, the fact that he's a badass right now after this kind of like time skip is crazy, man.
It's really odd, isn't it? I mean, I suppose in like this like couple of months gap, he's like proper like matured. It's like,
he's growing up in it, so it's a lot easier for him to adapt than to see the adults.
Yeah, definitely, that's true, man. But just seeing him go from that whingy little brat that needs a slap into this just fucking zombie killing badass. You know?
I still think he needs a slap, but that's just me.
He does. I've got to say, one thing I thought was hilarious in the house was when that owl's in the window, like Daryl, just wasted it with the
fucking owl.
Yeah. Just a random owl. I just thought.
I just felt like he was gonna like approach the owl, kind of like how Carl
was like
the deer.
I just remembered like Harry Potter. The first thing that came to mind was like Harry Potter.
I just thought he was gonna go and pet it, and he just fucking shoots it and eats it. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing.
That was really cool.
And then obviously we get like Laurie, like when she turns out she's like heavily pregnant now, like at least like I don't know, like 5 months maybe.
Must have been a few months, man, because they did say that it was past the winter. It's like right after.
Yeah, the whole winter, didn't they? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
and then
I don't know about you, but just the whole like house scene was very methodical. The way they took out those zombies, they were very well. I don't know. It seemed like they were getting used to dealing with zombies the way that they just really tactically took them out, you know?
Yeah. I was going to say, like, later on when they get to the prison that they've become very tactical as a team. Like, they play off each other really well, so...
Definitely.
But the first thing that, like, struck me was, like, when everyone starts, like, walking in, like, Herschel and the whole group, they look really, like, run down and, like, proper, like, morale's gone.
Yeah, they really look like they've been just, like...
They look haggard.
Yeah, they're haggard as fuck. They really do.
Am I the only one that has noticed this? But did you notice that no one speaks for like the first 5 minutes?
Yeah,
complete silence.
Completely
and I thought it was like a real way to show like morale was like completely gone in the whole like team sort of thing.
I don't know if it was the morale being taken out or just the fact that they were smarter about it. You know, they didn't want to be too loud with zombies all in the house, so they were just. Probably after that, when they were eating, when everyone was silent, it just seemed like that's probably the case. But you know, before that, it seemed like they were trying to be like really tactical about it, but you're right.
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, when I watched it, I didn't think of it like tactical wise. I thought they were just like really depressed and like haggard, and that's why no one was speaking. They were like knackered, you know what I mean?
Exactly. You can tell that it's really exhausted from just like traveling for so long. And they said it themselves. They've been going in circles for a while now. So.
Yeah. They've been like scavenging from like place to place sort of thing. So that's pretty cool. I would have liked to have seen them like fight the walkers instead of like escaping in the cars, considering what we see them do later on. But
sure, but they wanted to save their ammo. You know, they're trying to. Yeah. They said they're very low on ammo, so it makes sense. They didn't have their like melee weapons with them. So.
That's true. Maggie does pick up that axe at the end of it, like.
Oh yeah, axe, pretty badass.
What did you think?
Pretty badass.
No, go on.
Maggie's pretty badass in this episode. Especially
she is.
The prison thing, really badass in this episode. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
I think a lot of the characters have become like quite badass.
Yeah, there are very few not badass characters. I guess Laurie would be the only exception because she's preggers. But
yeah, that's true. Oh well, and Herschel.
Herschel, and that one girl. What's her name?
The old woman. Carol.
Carol. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. She was quite handy. Does she have like an assault rifle up on the tower?
Yeah, but
she's learned to use weapons at least.
Like fish in a barrel, man. It's like when she.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'll give you that one. It was like shit.
Let's not put too much credit. She was complaining, the blowback hurt my shoulder.
Yeah. What did you think of the new like intro for season 3?
It wasn't necessarily that much different. It was the same music, kind of like eerie feel to it. I enjoyed it. What about you?
Yeah, I thought the music was, obviously still the same, but I liked the new images they used of more like zombies and sort of like creepy little corridors and stuff like that. So that's quite cool.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, so like moving on, they while like Daryl and Rick are like on a hunting mission, they
Right.
basically stumble across the prison, which is like
I don't know about you, man, but it just seemed like they just so like stumbled on it so conveniently.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's like you were saying earlier, they've gone back and forth between these towns for such a long time that they just randomly find it. I mean, I would have thought they would
Yeah.
have come across it. You know what I mean?
And especially at the end of the second season, the prison's right behind them. They didn't fucking
Yeah.
notice that big ass prison behind them. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe a 20-minute, half-hour walk.
Not even. You can see
And
it on the
it's-
horizon. It's like, oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? If you're going up and down on the highways, surely you're going to see like signs saying blah blah blah, prison is here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed way too convenient that Rick just stumbled off like out of nowhere on this prison. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seemed kind
Yeah.
of.
I was like, yeah,
I noticed when I don't know about you, but when they were having the conversation, when Rick and Lori were having the conversation on the bridge, on
Yeah.
the highway, I mean, before that happened, it's kind of like foreshadowed the relationship starting to like decline a little bit, you know?
yeah. As well as when they have like the campfire. I think like Rick just doesn't want anything to do, but like don't touch me.
I love it, man. He's like, just listen to me, bitch. That's his attitude right now.
As
Listen to
Uber Akari said in his video, it's a Rick dictatorship.
it.
A Rick dictatorship. I love it.
It is great. It is great. Like he doesn't take any shit anymore. It's really good to see.
He doesn't.
Feeling more ashamed.
He has become a lot like Shane now.
Yeah.
He's sort of taken over like a bit of his like his personality. He's starting to lose it like Shane did in season 2.
Yeah, you can just see at the end of the episode. I don't want to spoil it right now, but you know, and, yeah, he doesn't hesitate to do anything.
He doesn't. He's I don't know. I really like the way how in season 1 he's like your traditional good guy. He's there to save everybody.
Right.
He's the Boy Scout. And then season 2 they start dirtying up his character. And now we're just seeing him like psychologically, he's like cracking up, and he's pretty much at his breaking point. I mean,
yeah, he's become more decisive, but at the same time, you're right. He's declining mentally. You just tell.
Yeah.
It's getting to.
I mean, not to give any comic book spoilers away, but I won't say anything. But he is gonna get more fucking crazy as it goes along.
You can just tell.
Yeah,
In my review, I kind of like equated it to Akira.
Yeah.
It's very similar. Like you see him slowly mentally declining. You can really see it, like Yagami did. Really similar.
Yeah.
In ways.
Yes, that's very true. I mean, as long as like Tyrese and Dexter come to this, he's going to be put under some like tough struggles in like the comics. So I don't know how crazy he's going to be before the governor comes. I'm hoping that they build up like the tension, and before like Woodbury comes into it, I really want him to like get into the routine of like prison life, which like happens in the comics.
That's a good idea.
Because they pretty much run the prison later on, and they live a life with the inmates, and it's sort of like the inmates and their group sort of back and forth sort of thing, tension between those two.
It's kind of like what was happening with the farm, I guess, then, right? Cause
yeah, it's a lot like that. But then the governor comes along once he's found out, that they've got the prison and wants it back, and then that's when things are going to start going really crazy.
I bet. I've heard some things, but I don't spoil it. I've heard some things, but it's gonna be crazy. It really is.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll move on to like when they basically take the prison yard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about methodical, man. They were just methodical and first cutting the gates open, and the way Rick just took out all those zombies and closed off the gate. It was really awesome to see. Really cool.
I was going to say, the zombie death count in this one episode is probably more than season 1 and season 2 combined. They kill.
I don't know about that, but there was a lot.
I think they did.
If you combine, it's just season 2. The ending of season 2, the season finale had more than this episode, though.
I don't know. I think if you combined taking the prison yard with taking like just before the cell block, I think
that's true.
They rack up quite a few kills.
It's insane. They couldn't even it was amazing. It was amazing. Like we said before, that one kill was just fucking amazing.
Yeah, we haven't even got to that part yet.
Yeah.
There's still more scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man, yeah, like you're saying, they're really methodical. They were just like impaling them through the fence and just taking them all out. I mean,
it's really smart to close off the area and then just pick them off like that from the tower.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't think they were going to do that, but I was really quite impressed with their like whole teamwork.
Yeah, when I first saw the prison, all the zombies there, I'm like, how the fuck are they going to be able to do this? This is going to be very hard to do.
Yeah, I thought they were going to take out like one section at a time, but just that like whole tactic they came up with, fencing them off and just picking them apart.
Yeah.
Just moving on. One little nag I have got though with that is the amount of like clean headshots they get. It's like really unrealistic. You know what I mean? Did you notice that every shot was a headshot and it was like perfect?
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, they are kind of like not really standing still, but they're like kind of like opening it. It is like shooting fish in a barrel. But that being said, these are unprofessionals. Not professionals. Especially like we talk about like some of the women that were shooting. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
I apologize, but I need to say this real quick. Boom! Headshot!
Sorry, that's Sasuke's trolling us. Anyway. Yeah, it's like Lori and I don't know. It seemed kind of weird that they were getting headshots like it was nothing. But you're right. I definitely noticed that as well. It was kind of weird.
They didn't even miss like a single headshot. I just thought it was kind of odd, but
yeah, that was definitely weird. Definitely weird,
but it was I don't know. I said for me, it's probably like the third best like action scene of the whole episode. It was still good though.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Like you're right though. It just seemed like it was too easy for them to take out all the zombies. But I don't know.
Yeah, they're sort of like the calm before the storm towards the end of
it.
Yeah. Then we get like the whole campfire scene, which is then like where nightfall, comes when they've like captured the whole camp, and we see like Rick walking up and down like the fence, and like Herschel says that's like his third time. So
yeah,
for me that's like showing that Rick's even more cracking up under the weight of being like the leader and the whole like pressure.
Well, I don't know, he was trying to find a way in. He was thinking about different ways to try to get into the next part of the prison. I don't think it was anything but cracking up about that part. I just thought that Rick was trying to look for different ways in order to get into the prison. That's why I kept going around. But you're right. It seems he's very agitated, and you can't, yeah. So I understand what you're saying, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, yeah, what you've come up with is really good. I mean, I saw it in a completely different way. I saw it him sort of, going a bit crazy in a sense.
Yeah. I'm not even thinking about that, but now you say that, that's interesting as well. But I thought that he was like looking at the gate, moving back and forth, trying to find different ways to get through the zombies. That's what I thought he was doing. I don't know.
True. Well, I don't know, because the way I saw it, it was like pitch black, wasn't it? So, I mean, I think he was just being like really paranoid and.
Yeah. That's true.
But then
we had a conversation with Lori. That's why I thought.
Oh yeah, like Lori's like not as bitchy as she was in like the other seasons, which is quite shocking.
Yeah, I thought with the whole baby, she'd be hormonal as fuck,
Yeah.
But she's like, but she at the same time she was kind of like, listen, we just want to stay here and we want to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
We should move on. Just like
Rick was having none of that. He's like, we're capturing this place.
Listen, there's supplies in there. All right, we can stay out here and sing Kumbaya for as long as you want. We can help anybody.
They literally do. Well, they don't sing Kumbaya, but they sing something.
Yeah.
I do like that whole thing though, because it was like I felt like it helped, build the whole morale, because they were like exhausted and really tired and sort of stuff like that.
Definitely, no, it was cool. It was cool, I guess.
But then obviously Rick comes over and shatters everyone's little hopes and comes up with the bad news.
Like, I just know you sung the song and everything. It was all nice, but we're going. We're going to continue going on. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Pretty much just walks up to him and said, "Yeah, sun up. We're taking the prison, so let's go to sleep."
Be ready in the morning.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, by the way, we're not using guns.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's it. Yeah, we're all using any sort of like handheld weapon against God knows how many zombies. We all know how that winds up for a certain person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I thought the original plan that at this point was a lot smarter than the plan later on, but I'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was going to say that they definitely changed this whole part from the comic book, because the way it should have started is the group should have been split into two different parts, and like one group goes ahead and finds the prison, and they come back and tell the other group, and the groups have like separated, and they say that we're gonna go on our different ways, and they decide to like re-team up to take the prison.
Oh,
so. I think I kind of prefer the TV series' take on it, how they did it, personally.
Yeah, I liked it. Seemed a little reckless, but at the same time, that's the only thing. It was smart because, like I said, they had very low ammo. It makes sense. So
yeah, and they were talking about looking for like a safe haven as well. So
right.
And obviously they need one for Lori.
Yeah.
Otherwise she's screwed. Otherwise.
Yeah. I don't think it, like, you know, out in the open in that, like, courtyard, it would have been a good idea to just stay there for too long. I mean, you can only stay there so long. You don't have supplies. That's why Rick was smart to continue going on, in my opinion. Even though it's fucked up, I mean, I still agree with what he did.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been pointless to leave behind potential like armory and infirmary and food and everything, and essentially a fortress. I mean, really, if you think about it, it is a fortress.
Oh my, yeah, completely right about that.
Then we get, well, not the introduction, but the second time when we see Shone in like the drugstore, you know, looking for medicine for Andrea, who's like apparently like sick, who got sick over the winter,
Right.
with some pretty damn awesome zombie kills where she decapitates those 2 zombies with the gunner.
Oh, cut off top of their heads. Sick.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, she's a badass character.
That's from what I've heard, man. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, we definitely get to see a lot more of her.
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed they only showed like 2 scenes of them in this episode, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh, they're definitely building up for them to get to Woodbury because there's some screwed up stuff that happens to them too.
I've heard as well. That,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't go into that, but you know, maybe into later episodes we can talk about it.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But oh man, I don't know. Andrea just. It's not that I don't like her character. It's just like whenever she's on screen, I just don't care enough. I don't know about you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like her being sick, I'm not worried for her at all. Personally, I'm just not.
I think she's been. I don't know if she's been annoying or I quite liked it where she was just saying, you know, just leave me behind because if I go out there, I'm going to be killed because I'm too ill and I'm just going to like drag you down and get you killed, sort of thing.
I do respect that honestly because you know, trying to be reasonable, but obviously she wasn't going to leave her. You know, it's like,
No.
It just seemed like she was saying that to be nice, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't fucking say, yeah, jog on, leave me to die. Fuck that. That bird's a badass. She's going to keep you alive.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love, you know, her trick to distract zombies with, you know, the zombies with the arms cut off and the jaws gone.
Yeah.
Such an ingenious way of like a defense for yourself moving around in the wilderness.
That's a good point, man. You know, they haven't really explained too much about that, so I don't know a lot about that, but from what I saw in the episode, they removed their jaw and their teeth and her hands, so they can't basically mess with her. And
yeah, well, I don't know in like season 2 if the arms were completely gone, but if you notice in season 3 they didn't have any arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in season 2 they only had like the hands chopped off.
Why she decided to take off the arms?
I don't know. She must have, or maybe that was just like a little flaw that they forgot about.
Maybe that's a good point.
You never know. They might have just messed up on the CGI on that bit, but that was just like a little thing that I noticed.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Good catch, sir. Good catch.
I know. Hawkeye.
Baseball catch.
That's right. Sasuke.
Calling us again.
Well, then we get the group, as you know, as Zoro said, like methodically, you know, securing like the first like prison block by closing gates while like killing zombies in the riot gear. And obviously, we want to talk about that bit where he pulls off the helmet and that guy's face peels off.
Those riot gear zombies were just crazy. Like I saw that, I'm like, holy shit. I was surprised they rushed that. I'm like, they did. I thought they were gonna fucking run away after they saw that. I would run away. Fucking, they got riot gear on. I was like, how could you fuck with them? It was very smart that Maggie was able to get under it and like stab him through the chin.
Yeah, I mean, like Daryl was shooting his arrows at him and they was like bouncing off. It's like, that's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work. Well, did you really think that was gonna work? Come on, Daryl.
When he peels that guy's face off though, and he like slides that machete through his jaw, and it's just
his face, like I said in my review, it looks kind of like Tales of the Crypt. Have you ever watched that series?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I thought. It looks like Tales of the Crypt.
It really did. And then he didn't stab him in the face. He like pushed his knife down through the fucking middle of his face. It's so brutal.
It was just like hot knife going for like butter. It just like mushed through his face.
Mushed. It's true. It's exactly what it was. It was so brutal. I loved it.
But yeah, but I loved that whole like how they tactically moved their way up from the yard to the block to inside the prison. I thought that was really cool.
The formation and everything was so like professional.
Yeah, they had like formations, and he was like telling T-Dog, don't break rank and sort of stuff like that. So
yeah, and it's cool to see T-Dog actually get some action in this episode. You know, he did some work. I'll give him credit.
That's true. I mean, it's a shame that he probably only got like one line again.
He had a couple lines. In the house scene, he said a couple things, and then...
Oh, that's true, yeah. I mean, I only remember him talking maybe once or twice throughout the whole episode, but that's typical for T-Dog, really.
Yeah. Feel bad for the T-Dog fans out there.
I mean, well, I'll get onto something with the prisoners at the very end, but I'll talk about T-Dog's irrelevance later on. But yeah, so they get inside, the first cell block and they like secure it. Personally, for me, I thought a really funny little thing was, when Herschel goes up to like Carl and he goes, "Have you found your cell yet?" Because he's like trying to flirt with like Herschel's daughter. I thought
that was kind of weird because Herschel's daughter is like old and a lot older than him, right?
Yeah, she must be, I don't know, like 26, 7-ish.
No, the blonde?
Yeah.
No, she's like in her teens, man.
Is she in her teens? I don't know. I thought she was in like her 20s.
No, she's like in her teens, dude. She has to be. And like there's like a little flirty thing going on between them, and Carl's like really young. It's like kind of weird. I don't know. I thought that was kind of creepy, honestly.
Well, in the comics they do like a little how should you put it? A little playful, like little flirty thing with those two. So, but it's nothing like odd. It's just like a little crush he's got on her sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
What is a question I want to give you? Do you think Laurie is going to have a zombie baby?
Oh man, you know the answer, but for me, oh man, I don't know.
It'd be pretty shocking.
If Laurie has a zombie baby, then that means that babies cannot be born into this world, which means pretty much humanity's fucked. So I would like to think that humanity's not fucked, so I think the baby will survive.
Well, she did say that what happens if it's like stillborn, because it could technically still be alive, but if it like dies inside of her.
Oh, you mean if she like, okay, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
That would be, then Laurie would die. Then the baby would like eat inside of her womb and then make her a zombie, and then they'd kill both of them, like she said, right?
Yeah, but oh come on, that would be such a twist.
That would be a twist. That'd be a twist.
If,
that'd be really fucked up.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it'd be more of a twist if she didn't say it like that. If it kind of just happened without them realizing it, then that would be even bigger of a twist. I don't think that they would announce it like that and make about it and then do it.
Yeah, I was going to say because they've brought it up, it's probably not going to happen. But
yeah,
but maybe they're getting us ready for it happening.
Yeah.
So we're not so shocked. Like what the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think that they'll do it. I really don't. I mean, I understand the concern on her part, and it was smart that she brought it up. And I got a little bit more respect for Laurie, the fact that she said, "Kill me immediately." Don't even think about it. Do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really odd seeing her be like nice and thoughtful to like other people.
I know, it's very surprising. And I think that she feels bad about what she did with. She said in this episode she feels bad about what she did with Rick and making him basically kill, Shane. Yeah, she feels. It's good to see her at least remorseful of the fact that she's a total bitch.
Well, she needs Rick now, man, to survive, or she's screwed.
Yeah, exactly. She knows that she's a burden, so she's trying to be nice to everybody.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, so what happens next is like Rick, T-Dog, Glenn, Herschel, Maggie, and Daryl. They all head out to locate like the infirmary, as well as like I don't know, like the armory and the cafeteria and other stuff like that. And like inside the prison, there's like no power whatsoever, so everything is like pitch black. Right. And all they've got is like tiny little flashlights. And for me, this reminded me of like like the old school like Resident Evil games where it's like tight, like tight corridors and like cramped little spaces in the dark.
Yeah.
Zombies coming at you.
Well, Left 4 Dead stuff, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But,
I actually,
what's that?
Go on.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. What do you say?
I was gonna say that I really liked the music in that scene. I think it really helped build like the tension.
Definitely. I just knew something was gonna happen. It just seemed like they were going through the corridors too easily. There wasn't much going on, and then all at once, bam. Well, I was gonna say though, like they just seemed like they were not recklessly going through it, but just like not really have a plan. They just seemed like wandering through the dark. I mean, I know Glenn was putting like the arrows and shit, but they still got fucking lost.
Yeah, no, that's true. I was gonna say, like shit hits the fan and it goes totally chaotic because they're wandering. They like break because we've seen them be like really strategic for everything, and when they're wandering through the prison, they're not at all. And then they just like bump into like the zombie hordes and get like overwhelmed, and then like Maggie and Glenn get separated and lost.
Yeah.
And then they're fucked basically after that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that they were done after that happened. I'm like, oh god, they're pretty fucked.
Yeah.
We're lucky they found like a storage area that zombies weren't in there, or else they were pretty much dead. But it is totally, really kind of like unstrategically just separated and wandered off. And what I really noticed is the fact that when they first wanted to walk through the corridors, they didn't stab the zombies that were on the floor. They just walked over them like, oh, there's a zombie over here, let's walk over it. They didn't, like, if I was a person, I didn't know if that was a zombie who was dead or not. I would fucking stab it just to make sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because obviously, Herschel walks over one of these dead boys thinking it's a zombie.
Exactly.
And he gets a massive chunk bitten out of his leg. And
throughout the entire episode, this happens. Like, they just walk over zombies up, like, double-checking to make sure they're dead.
Yeah, I was going to say, when they're in, like, they first go into the cell blocks, they're checking to make sure everything's dead. If there's not, they're hitting it, impaling it with knives or whatever.
Right. They didn't
But
do
when
that
they...
in the corridors.
No, they didn't do it in the corridors. But maybe I don't know, maybe it was like the panic of being in the dark and not knowing what's in front of them or what's behind them.
That's true. That's a good point. But, I don't know, they should have had a better plan. I mean, it just seemed like they just went out to be slaughtered. Like,
they literally just walked out to be slaughtered to the lamb in that bit.
Yeah, and him getting his calf bitten, I was just like, oh, shit. I mean, I expected... That was crazy.
Oh, man, him just, like, just screaming in agony, like, oh, God. I was like, Herschel, what have you done, you idiot?
Did you see that coming? Did you see that coming?
At first I didn't, but when they panned into that shot where the zombie was there, I was like, that zombie's going to come alive and grab him.
Yeah.
Just from watching too many zombie movies, I knew it was going to happen, but at first I didn't.
Right. Definitely. Definitely hand over. It just seemed so obvious that he was going to... Yeah.
Yeah, but then when he gets dragged into that little room and Rick just butchers his leg off with that axe.
He did not hesitate one bit to do it. That's what I love about this episode.
He goes absolutely wild on his shin.
It's like he enjoyed it in some way. He's fucking I
loved it when he goes at the end of it when it said like his leg comes off. He's like it's like, oh my God, Rick. Rick's just going fucking bonkers on his leg with an axe.
He didn't even cut it evenly. It was like a chunk.
No.
Like, oh God.
Like he was just butchering his leg off. There was in an absolute mad panic to like hack his leg. But like he gets his bout out to like put it around his leg, but when he's like trying to chop it, is
yeah,
you know what I mean?
It makes sense to put the belt beforehand, but that's what you do.
Easily the most gruesome scene of the whole episode.
I know what he'd do for a Klondike bar.
You think that was more brutal than the zombie butter face?
Yeah, I think it's more brutal than the butterface kill. That was awesome. It was definitely an awesome scene, that bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Really well done.
And then I was gonna say then it like pans up and we get to see like inmates this time, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm hoping that the big black guy that you see very quickly holding the pipe is Tyrese. Because he's an awesome character. I don't know if when like season 3 came out, I didn't read any of like the cast, so I don't know if Tyrese has been like cast, but he is a major part in like the story for this like whole arc.
Okay.
And he does become like Rick's like right hand man sort of like after time. They like butt heads quite a bit. So
cool.
Yes,
Shane deal then.
Yeah, he's a lot like Shane in a sense. So it'd be a real shame if they cut him out, because I'm thinking if they do cut him out, like Daryl's going to take his place in like the story.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, and the guy that talks, hopefully he should be Dexter, and he's going to be like one of the head people of like all the inmates.
I'm really interested to see the faction of the inmates and the faction of obviously Rick and them, seeing how they interact.
Oh, as long as they take like little snippets from the comic, I won't give any spoilers away to anyone, but there's like a little mini story of like a serial killer in the group. And of like the inmates, and he starts like offing people. So like this builds like loads of tension between like each group. So at first they don't get along at all. You know what I mean?
I bet, yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, just like the farm, like I said, but
yeah, that's what I was saying like earlier. I hope they really build up like the prison like between the inmates and the group like they did in the comics before like Woodbury and the governor. Because it's kind of like a calm before the storm, because they get into like a routine life of like living in the prison.
Right.
And then the governor comes in and like, I want that prison.
Yep. I can't wait. I know it's going to happen.
I could honestly see this whole arc being like season 3 and season 4. I don't know if they can do it all in this one season.
I hope not. Well, they might do like the first part in the first half of the season, and then the second part of the second half.
Yeah, like with what's her name? Sophia being one half, and then the second half being the whole Shane sort of like wrap up sort of story.
Yeah. What like that was kind of random, but the whole thing with Sophia's mom and Daryl, I just thought that was fucking weird.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, isn't it?
Creepy as fuck.
But,
she's like old, you know. She's haggard as hell.
She's got to be like 50 something, doesn't it?
At least in her 50s.
Yeah.
Nasty.
I mean, in the comics for this series, there was a lot of like misdirection and twists in this arc, and so with like the whole inmates, it sort of like shows like humans can be more dangerous than the zombies. So I'm really hoping they do this. So I'm sure they'll do it because Walking Dead's awesome. The writing's excellent. The show.
So awesome. It really is. I just love the way they ended this whole episode, and I thought it was a really well done, perfectly executed first episode of the third season because it really started where it left off last week. Last season, I mean.
I don't know what to say. It was like a cliffhanger, but
it's kind of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I suppose in a sense it was kind of a cliffhanger.
Got to leave you with something,
Yeah, it's definitely wanting you more for like the next week.
I was about to say, do you get the Talking Dead in the UK? It's like
I've heard it's really good though.
Yeah, they have like the executive producers on. They talk about it, and they showed a clip from next week's episode. And it's basically a standoff between them and the other guys, and it was really cool. Just can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
Oh, that's cool. I'll probably have to check it out if I can find it somewhere.
Yeah, they have like actors on. They had the girl who plays what's her name? The girl that's with Andrea, the new character.
Michonne?
Yeah, they had the
Michonne, something like that. I always pronounce the name like really wrong. It's like Michonne.
Michonne? I don't know. It's hard to
I think it's Michonne.
Michonne, okay. And like they had her on. They were talking. It's really cool, man. Definitely check that out. It's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely will. So we'll wrap it up with what we thought the zombie killer of the episode was.
Well, I have two, I guess. The first one was the Michonne slicing two zombies' heads off. It's really awesome. And then the Butterface, obviously, was just ridiculous.
I mean, I've got to agree with you, man. Like, the katana double kill was just brilliant. And then the Butterface, easily the best thing.
Awesome.
So any of the guys that are, you guys that are watching this video, feel free to drop down what was your favourite, zombie killer this episode.
Definitely.
It'd be really cool to see what everyone else thought. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to go for the two same ones.
Butterface, come on, can't be Butterface.
Butterface was tremendous.
But I also like the first Riot Kill Zombie where she stabbed under his chin and just fucking...
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Blood
went everywhere on that one. So that was cool. There's so many. There's so many in this episode.
There is.
3.
It's like I said, I guarantee you, if we go back and count, there will be more deaths in that one episode than like season 2.
I just hope this rate continues. I doubt it will, but I just hope it continues.
Oh no, honestly, if Tyrese is in this, he's going to clear out a room by himself with a knife.
That's awesome.
They're gonna have to clear out this entire prison still, and there's going to be a hell of a lot of zombie kills.
Nice, really awesome. That's cool to see. I mean, because a lot of people are complaining, dude. A lot of people are complaining in season 2. Not enough zombie kills. And here you go, assholes.
But the whole reason they did that was because they were trying to build up the whole psychology of like Rick, more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the whole dissension between the group and everything. There didn't really need to be a lot of like zombie kills in that season.
That's true.
So, that whole season was about developing the characters and building the whole world of like you're in this zombie apocalypse. What are you going to do to survive, sort of thing.
Yeah, I thought they did well with that though. I do. I don't need zombie kills like this week every week, but it's nice to see. It's brutal goodness. Brutal goodness. Can't complain about that.
Cool. So, shall we wrap it up?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean we've pretty much covered everything. So
yeah.
So guys, we will be doing a mid-season finale like collab review, and Zoro is going to be doing reviews on Walking Dead season 3, and so am I. So make sure to check out both of our episode 2 reviews.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and if you like this video, well, I should say subscribe to Zoro, subscribe to the Green Clan, and subscribe to me, The Walking 00 Dead.
Definitely.
And Just give if you like, bit of a cock up there from us. Just give us the old thumbs up if you enjoyed the episode. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time.
Later.
See ya.
Zombies for the win.